The old man said that good people will be rewarded. Will such good people really be rewarded? Let's listen to a story. During the Southern Song dynasty, there was an honest farmer named Wang Dequan who was so poor that his family was so poor. His son Wang Dali was 30 years old and married a girl named Li Fang as his wife. Li Fang is very fierce and unreasonable. Wang Dali couldn't raise his head in front of her, so he tried to listen to his wife. Wang Dequan and his wife didn't dare to say anything, for fear that their daughter-in-law would run away with others. One day the whole family was having lunch. A little beggar with dirty body came to his doorstep. "Say, kind grandfather, can you give me a bite of food? I haven't eaten for 3 days and 3 nights. I'm really hungry." Wang Dequan took the broken bowl from the little beggar's hand with mercy. "Prepare to make a bowl of rice for the little beggar." Li Fang immediately scolded her family so poor that she couldn't take the blame. "Be a great charity. If you dare to get food for the little beggar, don't eat it." Wang Dequan ignored Li Fang. "Go straight into the kitchen." Then he beat a bowl of rice and handed it to the beggar. The little beggar kowtowed to Wang Dequan 3 times before getting up and leaving. Time flies. 12 years have passed. Wang Dequan and his wife are old. Can't go to work in the fields anymore. Li Fang hates them very much because they can't do their jobs. Don't want to waste food to support them. So he drove the old grain out of the house. Wang Dali didn't dare to say anything. "After being kicked out, I often had a meal last but not a meal. Fortunately, I am kind-hearted and often help my neighbors." Now neighbors often provide relief to Wang Dequan. Just struggled to hold on. One day his wife suddenly fell ill in bed. Wang Dequan was so anxious that he could not help. "Go and borrow money from your daughter-in-law to see a doctor." But he was scolded by his daughter-in-law. Wang Dequan could only cry when he looked at his wife who was seriously ill in bed. Just then a luxurious carriage came to his doorstep. A gorgeously dressed man walked down the carriage. The man said excitedly to Wang Dequan after entering the door, "Grandpa, I finally found you." Wang Dequan asked who you are with a confused look on his face. The man replied that it was me, Grandpa. I was the little beggar back then. Wang Dequan thought about it for a long time before he remembered it. So he looked at the man carefully and said, "You've grown up so big. Still so handsome. Grandpa can't recognize it." The man said it was all up to Grandpa's supper back then. It turns out that the little beggar's parents are the son of Liu Caiju from another place. Liu Caiju took him to discuss business. "I got lost when I met a bandit on the way. Later, his parents found him. After returning home, I always remembered the bowl of life-saving rice from Wang Dequan back then. After coming, I'll ask around. Only then did I realize that Wang Dequan is in such a bad situation now. He was kicked out of the house by his daughter-in-law. So he took Wang Dequan and his wife to his house. He also recognized Wang Dequan as his charity father, to support Wang Dequan and his wife in their old age. This story tells us, good will be rewarded. Don't do good deeds without doing anything. Because of a small act of kindness, it may bring you unexpected returns in the future. So we must keep a kind heart. Thanks for listening. I wish you better and better health. Wealth is getting stronger and stronger.